What's up, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of I Agree, Go Cavs. I'm still wearing my Victory Monday for the Browns shirt, but it's also a Victory Tuesday for the Cavs. Yay! I'm your host, Jacob at Roochism13, joined by Mr. Nick Cards at Currencies817. Nick, we just watched another Cavs W number 16 on the season. How you doing?
So little peek behind the curtain. Jacob and I got to watch the whole fourth quarter together.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a win! You could tell the Lakers wanted that one, right? Because the Cavs went to their house and beat them in convincing fashion. The Lakers wanted it. LeBron wanted it in front of the Cleveland crowd, and Donovan Mitchell said no.
Yeah.
How many points did he score? Do you know?
43, I think.
43. Almost his number. Number's 45.
Let me see here. 43. Okay, so Donovan Mitchell finishes 43 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals.
Just his defense was great down the stretch. His 3-point shooting is astronomically better than I think anything he's shot in his career. He just, you know what? With the game on the line, Donovan Mitchell took it over. The Cavs traded for a superstar. I'm fired up. I can't help it.
Don't ask Hiram about him, though. I don't even I got blocked by Hiram. I caught a stray from him last year. I still don't understand what it was. So going into this pregame, of course, with this show, I had a few things that I wanted to talk about. Evan Mobley was a big one I wanted to talk about. And we can push that to the end of this show, obviously talking about the Lakers win that literally just happened as we're recording this 5 minutes after the game ends. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't even have the stats pulled up. But I will pull them up because I do want to talk about I want to talk about Jarrett Allen for one, just because him coming back was big tonight. I mean, played 29 big minutes after missing 5 games, 24 points, 11 rebounds for Allen, 2 points, 7 rebounds for Lamar. Okay, Donovan Mitchell, 43 points, 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Darius Garland, 21 and 11. Evan Mobley just casually only played 23 minutes tonight, but casually had 12 boards, 7 points, 2 assists.
Okay.
They didn't get much off the bench. 6 from Jetty, 7 from Karis LeVert, a 3 from Okoro. Raul Neto had a point there at the end, and Kevin Love had a 2 points and 2 rebounds. What can you say after win 16? What more can you say about Donovan Mitchell that you haven't already said about him? It was what was that stat? At some point in the first 19 minutes, he had 3 points, and then in the first 19 minutes, and then in 17 minutes after that, he had scored 23 points. Yep. Ends up with 43 in 40 minutes.
Crazy. Just such scoring, and you know what? Donovan wasn't known for his defense, but those steals down the stretch were really what sealed the game for the Cavs, because the Lakers were fighting back, and they just forced 2 turnovers right there at the end. I'm running out of words. He's a special player. It is absolutely bonkers to me that the Cavs were able to make this trade, and every game is just a reminder of what a franchise-altering, trajectory-changing, we're going to playoff basketball feeling Cavs team this is.
And so look at some of these team stats. Okay, shoot 51.6% from the field. Only 26 from 3, which tells you how big some of those shots were. Mm-hmm. They shoot 51%. They hold the Lakers to 42%. They shoot 76 from the free throw line. Lakers shoot 83. They out-rebound the Lakers 44 to 43, so pretty much the same there. 25 assists. In the first half, they had 26 buckets and 20 assists.
Wow.
20 of the 26 shots in the first half. 3 blocks, 11 steals. 11 steals against the Lakers. Only 7 turnovers. The Lakers had 16. 70. Oh my God. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
72 points in the paint from the Cavs. 72 points in the paint to the 48 from the Lakers. You said this. This is really interesting. I wanted to give you credit. You said this while we were watching this game. I wanted you to have the opportunity to bring it back up here during the show, and that was that's the MO to beat LeBron is two bigs in the paint. Don't allow him to get those free runs at the basket, lay-ins, and one opportunities that he's, made a career off of, among other things. And, you kind of talked about it. That's what happened in Miami. That's how the Mavericks beat him with Tyson Chandler and Dirk Nowitzki. And we couldn't remember Tyson Chandler's name for the longest time. That was really fun. But yeah, I mean, talk about that a little bit. I mean, it was a matchup they matched up really, really well, and they played to their strength tonight.
You know what? LeBron is struggling from three this year. And you could see, because it was a question that we've been missing Jarrett Allen for a while now, and we saw he was going to be active for this game. So I think early on, I was watching, and you could see LeBron gets the ball, and he looks, and there's Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen waiting for him, sitting there in the paint, and he just wanted no part of driving down the lane against them. So he was taking jump shots. And early on, he was hitting them, but as the game went on, he got cold. The Lakers got cold, and those Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen are just I don't know that their defensive impact is truly reflected in the stats. I just don't, because you watch and it completely alters the offense a team is trying to run with their combination, and especially when it looked like LeBron. You can always tell when LeBron wants it because he comes out really aggressively. Right. We've seen him be passive before, and he has nights like that. It seems every time he plays Cleveland, LeBron wants to put on a show. And I think he wanted it tonight. And the combination of Mobley and Allen just negated it. And it's such a nice thing to watch, because there were a lot of defensive questions about this team entering the year. And honestly, I think Mobley and Allen are just that good that it elevates the entire rest of the team, because it makes them that much easier to defend when you can't just take free runs into the paint like we've seen. Look, I mean, how many times does LeBron just do whatever he wants driving to the hoop? And the Cavs did not allow that to happen tonight. That's a true credit to them.
And it's something that we said early on in this show, very, very early in the season, where it was kind of like, it was this like no fly zone sort of thing. And at times they've gotten away from it this year, the Cavs have. And, a big, big part of that is Jarrett Allen missing 5 games. Cause like, I'm telling you, I was so excited to see him back out there, and he started like, I think 9 of 9 or 10 for 10 from the field or something like that. Like he had like 15, 16, I think he had like 6. He would have had 18. He had 18 early points, because I know he started 9 of 9. I don't remember if he made that 10th one or not, but I remember him starting 9 of 9, and it's just like he came out there, and everything that you missed with him for 5 games, he gave you for the first, especially in the first half, and he still played really well the entire game. I thought he played a very good game, but right out the gate, it was obvious that the Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland really wanted to get him involved as well, and kind of get back into that sort of thing where they ran a lot of offense through Evan Mobley the last couple of games. Like they really ran a lot of their offense in the paint. I mean, they ended up 72 points in the paint tonight, which is I as I was reading those stats, pulling up those stats, like I would have never guessed they dropped 70. It makes sense, like thinking back, but like that's just an asinine amount of points to get in the paint. And I just think that it was evident that they understood that early on getting him more involved was going to put them in a really good position and really get him going in that confidence. And just the fact that he was ready all game long for DG and Mitchell to just dump it off to him when they drove.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of teams have a 7-footer, right? But very few have 2, and far less have 2 that are as offensively capable as Allen and Mobley are. And I think, again, not only defensively, but offensively, you have, when you have 2 creators like Mitchell and Garland, it's too easy when you've got 2 guys like that are so much, have such a height advantage, a size advantage than anyone else around them. And so it's so much fun. The Cavs are such a unique team in the NBA, and it's so much fun to watch. And I was talking to Jacob pre-show, and I'm like, when can I rewatch this game?
Yeah.
That I want to just go back and analyze it because that's I, the Cavs. You said it, Jacob. The Cavs missed Jarrett Allen, and
Mhm.
from the tip, you saw the difference that guy. I don't know if is there a more underrated player in the NBA than Jarrett Allen?
Yeah, I saw you you sent out a tweet about that earlier, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't. It's very interesting. I don't talk to as many Cavs fans as I do Browns fans just on Twitter. I'm getting more Cavs stuff on there to where I'm kind of getting some more interactions with that. But I don't feel like the Cavs fans that I just don't know that he did that even on his own team. Like I think a lot of the like writers and journalists that cover the Cavs talk about him enough because I think he gets enough love in Cleveland
Mm-hmm.
overall, but I don't. I watched some of that pregame leading up to the start of this game tonight with them being on national TV. And it was very interesting. You had pointed this out when we were watching it earlier as well. You were like, I want to get this. I want to hear the national perspective because they played on like TNT like one other time or something like that. It's only like the second time they've been on national TV this year. So it's a really good barometer to kind of see what they say. Man, and don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis was coming off of 55 and 17. But they did not talk about Jarrett Allen for an all-star returning to the lineup. It felt like at times they didn't. I'm not saying they didn't talk about him at all, but it was kind of interesting that how one-sided against Jarrett Allen and the Cavs in general. Don't get me wrong, they talked them up during the game. Like there was plenty of good things said, but I don't know, man. I don't watch a ton of national shows, I guess, but I just don't see a lot of national people talking about Jarrett Allen, and it is just really evident defensively. Like I'm not even talking about what he can do on the offensive rebound because his ability to offensive rebound and just slam it back or kick it out. Like I love like him and Mobley do it so great. They'll just come flying in and they'll just Mobley especially, he'll just bat it. He won't even go for the rebound. He'll just reach up in there and smack it over to Donovan Mitchell and just be like, here, try again. And like that, you can't. I mean, I look at this, that's a stat that I love, second chance points. Mm-hmm. Like that offensive rebounds, second chance points, and being able to salvage something. Maybe you take a quick shot because there was great defense or the shot clock was low or whatever, and being able to salvage offensive possessions. And that is really what I think Jarrett Allen brings. And I wanted to ask you this about Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is ascending. That is something I wanted to talk about on this episode, and that was prior to this game happening. And of course, he only goes 7 and 12. Like, oh my God, seven points and 12 rebounds, whatever. Evan Mobley understood the assignment without Jarrett Allen, and I think we asked 21. He's 21 years old. We asked, excuse me. We asked, when's he going to, take this next level? Maybe he's never going to be a true all-star. You see all these conversations. I think the last 3 or 4 games, the 5 games with Evan Mobley without Jarrett Allen shows you exactly where I think he's trending. And I think we're in the middle of seeing another all-star bloom in Cleveland.
I do too. You know what? Evan carried a lot of the scoring load that the Cavs were missing from the big man position with Jarrett Allen gone. Because I mean, Jarrett showed you tonight. I think he scored 24 tonight. Yeah. And you know what? I think it's a credit to Mobley that Mobley's not a selfish player. He's not a guy that is going to command the ball. So, and you're right, Jacob. I think they wanted to get Jarrett Allen involved. They wanted to get him back in the swing of things. So does that cost Evan Mobley shots? Sure. But it didn't look to me like he was he was just happy to win. Just like all the Cavs.
Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't. They don't care.
Such an unselfish group, such a team-oriented group. It's awesome to see. And yes, Mobley had some great blocks. I think You know what? Yes, he didn't score a ton tonight, but we were watching. He got some. There was a rebound that he got that led to a Donovan Mitchell 3 that really put the Cavs over the top. It's just those key things, those advantages of a guy that is that big and that agile that gets you those rebounds. And you're right. You said second chance points. You know what? And another stat you referenced was, Donovan Mitchell only scored 3 points in like the first 17-ish minutes of the game. You're not always going to shoot well, right? But if you have consistent rebounding, you're always going to get extra chances. And so I think it's such an advantage when you've got somebody like Evan Mobley who is constantly providing you more second chances than the average player would in his spot. And I think it speaks to the unique skill set he has and what he brings to the table. I agree with you. I'm not sure, because if Evan Mobley was an all-star this year, that would most likely send it, because Jarrett Allen was an all-star last year. So was Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. I think they're going to send 3. I do think Jarrett Allen will get the all-star love over Evan Mobley. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if the Cavs sent 4 all-stars to the game this year?
So I'm looking at the 5 games from Evan Mobley that we did not have Jarrett Allen in. Okay. 4 of them were double-doubles. And the one that wasn't a double-double, he had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block.
Oh.
Against the Knicks in the loss, the last game prior to this, 4 blocks, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Like, you're seeing a dude that's like, he had a down night and he still had 12 rebounds in a couple, a steal and a block tonight. Like, before we sign off here, you got something to say about Russell Westbrook?
You know what?
He hit that nailer, buddy. He hit that nailer after making a shot on a Okoro, and the Cavs proceed to go on an 18-6 run.
Whoops. I mean, we were talking about this. It's Russell Westbrook. You're mocking Isaac Okoro. That's where we've gotten to right now. I mean, Russell, you're a former MVP. You've averaged a triple-double in your career. And now we're to the point where you're rocking the baby with like 9 minutes left in a game.
When you tied the game, they did not take the lead. They tied the game on the show.
And you know what? It's like that meme. And I took that personally. I think the Cavs took that personally, and they certainly showed it with their play. They just stepped on the gas and did not look back. So hope it was worth it, Russ.
It's a good place to end. 16 W's, many more to come. Find my way up there next month, I think. So we're gonna do that. Have lots of fun, guys. We appreciate you. Check out our friends at Homage. Links in the description. Underdog Fantasy promo code 216 when you sign up. Double your first deposit up to $100. If you are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us out greatly. We really appreciate it. Lots of great stuff going on. So it's Wednesday now. So you've got the Faithful Dogs and the Dog Chuck coming at you this evening, as well as tomorrow morning, my mock Cleveland Browns mock draft 1.0 will drop.
Mock draft. Let's go.
It's a fun one. And we'll get that recorded up and soon to you guys as well. So we love you guys. Thank you once again for giving some of your time to us. We'll see you next time. And, I agree. Go Cavs.
I agree. Go Cavs.